like Indiana Jones. I never want to let it go.
Ladies and gentlemen, always a fun time to chat with Phil and Mitchell from Wayland. Gentlemen, how are you?
We are back.
Doing
back
great.
on the Eric Zane show.
I love the hat. Is that an MTV, old school MTV trucker hat?
Yeah, and it is.
Very fine. Very fine.
It's that station where you can watch Teen Mom and all your favorite shows.
That's so crazy to me, that considering the fact that at one point that's all they did was show videos of bands performing.
It's so weird.
Music from the time that it was on.
This is a tribute to what MTV once was, for me.
Is there anything online anything on TV that's just artists performing? I don't think there is. I think you just find it online.
There's that Access TV. I don't know if that's on what that's on or how you get that, but they're always having concerts, and Sammy Hagar's got that show where he travels around hanging out with musicians, right. And I think that Daryl Hall show is on
Those
that.
are shows, but it's not like a station that plays music all the time.
No one really makes it.
You reference MTV and the song Indiana Jones. I remember when it signed on. I was actually watching as it happened live just by chance. And I was like, what the fuck is this? But I remember that. It was the guy with the long dark hair, Mark Curry, I think, was the one who did it. Or maybe it was one of the other ones. But yeah, I was like 10, 11 years old when that happened.
Man, that's so cool.
When I was a kid, we didn't have cable, so it was always a big deal to go to my friend's house to be able to watch MTV for a couple hours after school.
I got it. If you move the bunny ears on the TV downstairs, we could get like blurry versions of HBO and MTV.
Yeah, try to see a boob. You try to see a boob.
Yeah, exactly. Late night Cinemax was like mess with those kids, man.
Oh my God.
For the record, I was looking for the music.
Sure, of course. I introduced my brother-in-law to Wayland. I had mentioned that to you this like 10 days ago. And he goes, "You know these guys?" I go, "Yeah." And then I called, I tried to get Phil on. We were sitting by a fire way up north. I called Phil, trying to dude. But it went to voicemail. But he was so excited about that. So, that's just enough. Trying to introduce people, as many as we can, one at a time, and on and any other means possible to Wayland's music.
How we do it. What's funny is, dude, this is nuts. This past week was the 13-year anniversary of our first record, which is the record that we brought into you guys on the Lose Lose music review.
Wow.
That record 13 years ago.
13 years ago.
Did I see on Spotify that that's actually available, that record?
It is. Yep. We put that up just a couple years ago. It was down for a while. I don't remember really why, but it's back up. Yeah.
That was something, just because as that hit, I kind of knew what was going on, but not that much. And quite literally, when I was done with the bit on the Lose Lose music review, I was about to not think anything of it until JT came in, the program director. And I actually, no offense, had to dig it out of the garbage. I go, "Oh yeah, here it is," because he said, "Here, let me check that out." And then he had it off and running. I give him so much more credit to that fantastic summer and beyond that we had in West Michigan to break Wayland.
Program directors can't make moves like that anymore. They can't find a local band and get behind them and put them on the radio. It does not happen. And we knew it was special when it was happening. We felt so lucky to be a part of it, but I didn't know that was going to be a thing of the past.
It's interesting because just this last week on my Shavish show on that radio station up north, I again played Rabbit River Blues, the other side. That's a radio station that plays whatever the fuck they want, and it's I should introduce you to them, these folks up there, and because they go up north for this show. Yeah, it's a pretty cool deal. It's a radio station owned by a husband and wife, and there's no end to the music that they play. It's really remarkable what they've done. They kind of just went back to the old way of doing radio, which is whatever sounds good, play it.
People listen.
Yeah, actually, and what they do though is they don't have a lot of times these radio stations subscribe to ratings, okay? And they pay a lot of money to look at the Nielsen ratings, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And this station doesn't. They don't even subscribe because they don't care. They just go out and they know that everybody's listening to it because it's so different. You know, KLT in Traverse City plays 300 songs. That's it. Q100 is thousands of songs. And it's always growing because if somebody suggests something and it sounds good, they play it. So that's what they do. They end up selling relationships as opposed to ratings numbers.
I mean, that's how it should be. That's amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, we would love to get in touch with them. I would love to go up north. We haven't been up since we played. I think you were there. We played that the Cherry Festival in Traverse City. Weren't you there for that?
That's exactly right. Well, it's interesting about the stations. They have 3 frequencies: one in Traverse City, one in the middle of Michigan, way up north, and then one on the east coast of Michigan. So pretty cool.
Oh,
hey,
cool.
Hold that thought. Darla's eating something she shouldn't be. Don't go anywhere.
Got it.
Yeah, I don't know what this is. I don't know.
Some expensive the microphone.
This is something that she shouldn't have been eating, but whenever I see her chomping, I'm like, what are you doing? What just happened? Well, anyway. Okay, so you guys, I understand there's new music on the way. Can you tell me about that, please?
Absolutely.
Well, first and foremost, we've got a song coming out on Friday in like 4 days. And it's this is the first single off of a full-length record that is actually coming out.
Okay. Have you figured out, when are the dates for all these are going to happen, or in addition to Friday?
Friday is a new song called Way Back When. It's coming out. That's the first thing. And the full-length record will be out March 16th.
Okay. All right. That is so cool.
We'll be releasing a few songs leading up to the record. So
okay. Is that different to do it this way than it? I mean, the way it's done now, is it much different than the way it's been done in the past?
I don't really know. We've had such different kind of release cycles and release strategies because we've worked with different people. There's people like the Foo Fighters will say, "Hey, we're dropping a record tonight." So I'm excited that we have a date and we're like looking at the next 4 months to plan it out so that we can celebrate it. We can share the focus tracks and because we picked 4 singles that we're going to release one at a time leading up to the record, and they're the ones that we feel really strongly about. That really, I don't know. I think they define the record, define the band.
When you guys are coming up with the ones that are released as singles, does that ever result in? I mean, how do you do it? Is there a vote? Is there a long discussion, or is everybody always agree, or do you not agree? And how do you work through that?
Honestly, over the last couple of months, we've been listening to our listeners. Since Indiana Jones blew up on TikTok, we've made a bunch of new fans, and a lot of our listeners from Facebook and Instagram have come over to TikTok, and it's been a really open forum as far as what they like and don't like. We've been sampling, like doing little clips of songs, playing them acoustic, talking about the stories behind the songs. And we've been kind of letting them choose. We let them choose what songs went on the record. And then they didn't know this, but by their reaction, we kind of judged what should be the focus tracks. Obviously, we have our input and there's songs that we believe in a lot, but there has been times when we did not expect them to take a hold of a song. And I would, or like, we love them all. That's the hard part, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
We love it. So it's like, all you can do is kind of throw them out there and say, well, is there anything you guys, gravitate toward?
But that's one of the cool things about social media right now. You can reflect that music off of your fan base, and they'll tell you what they like.
Yeah.
They're not afraid to give opinions.
Yeah.
Especially if it sucks.
Why would you release a song if your fan base isn't going to like it?
When you write a song and you put everything into it and the song is done and then people hear it, do you have people come up to you and want to know more, like the story behind it? And sometimes you may have a story behind it, sometimes you don't. What do you reveal to people when they want to know, like, what exactly you were thinking about when you wrote a song?
We don't ever hold back. We love that's the reason we write songs, is to tell the stories that have happened to us or inspired us, or it's a little marker in our life, so yeah, we hope people ask about it.
I think in our experience, just being online with everyone, when we do share those stories, usually it makes them want to listen more, and they go back and they listen again, and they kind of put the hooks in deeper. And it's a cool relationship that they have with the song because we tell the stories.
And like you indicated, that comes out a lot when you're doing those acoustic shows, when you can actually, okay, this is where we were in our lives. This is what happened. This is the genesis of the song, and here it is. A lot of people love that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been kind of embracing that. Like you said, it happens in our acoustic shows, and Mitch and I have been going out on the road doing that a little bit this fall. But we also have our podcast called Finding Our Way, and the episodes are literally just song per song. When we started on that first record, and we went song per song talking about, it was we just totally relived it, like where we were, what was going on, who was around us,
where we were living,
where we recorded, how we paid for the studio time. Like it all kind of flooded back. And we just went through our entire catalog doing that recently.
That's great, because what I've over the years, the things that we've talked about, you've always left people mesmerized when you two in particular are explaining things, whether it be something silly or serious. You're pretty good at it, and so I'm glad that you've become into that resource. How many episodes have you done then of Finding Our Way?
Well, we're on, I know
season 8.
Season 8, we just finished filming, and I think we have 5, 6, 7, and 8 will be released over the next few months. Yeah. So we've done a lot, the Finding Our Way podcast started differently. Like these last couple seasons were the songs, but before that we started it in the desert. And so anybody that would come out to visit us in the desert, whether that be a fellow songwriter, a musician, a producer, my parents, we'd have them on the podcast, and it's pretty fun.
That's exciting. Do you do them live, or do you record and then post?
Record.
Yeah, record and post.
Yeah.
But we don't edit. Like we just
No. I know that's probably a good thing, because you never know when something technically is going to go weird or not behave, and then you're like, oh God, it's so.
You might have tried to edit one of them, and something doesn't line up, and you're like, oh no. Yeah, it's been a fun outlet, because it's a podcast. You can do whatever you want. We can't have a guest on an interview, or we can just kind of dive into stuff that maybe people don't know about us. So it's been neat. So
the full-length album, is that's all a digital release, or is there anything that people can get like hard copy?
We're gonna print CDs, and will be our very first time that we're gonna have vinyl as well.
Yeah, a lot of people are kind of making that back. Would you ever consider making tapes?
I don't think so. I don't know if anyone has tape players.
Yeah,
I have seen that people do it.
I know, but people might just get them and just leave them in the package.
So just have, as a souvenir. A lot of people do that with CDs. They have sign them and they put them up on their wall or something like that.
Yeah, I'm not going to say no, but there'd have to be quite a
people. CD players are hard to come by these days.
Absolutely. I don't want any CDs anymore. I didn't want to print CDs, honestly. I wasn't going to, but again, we asked the folks online, and everybody was like,
they wanted CDs.
Yeah. So I went ahead and got a turntable and a bunch of records, and they've just sat there. That thing, that's the turntable, and I've got a bunch of records, but I just don't listen to them. I don't know if it's because I know all the music so well, and I kind of want to turn the page and get into something different, but I don't know, man. It's just I can't get past Spotify. It's just consumed me.
So easy, right? Yeah.
There's definitely something romantic about putting a record on, I think.
I would agree
in a certain scenario, but yeah, I hear what you mean too. Like I don't take the time to do that.
Yep. What is the name of the album that's coming out?
It's called On the Way.
Okay. On the Way.
Yeah, we chose that title because I feel like for so long we kind of thought that we were going to like figure out our sound or figure out who we are as people or figure out who we are as a band. And you realize like there's no ending to this journey. It's going to change every time we get in a studio, every time we write a song, every day you wake up, you're a little bit different than you were the day before, from, what you've learned and your experiences. And it's just, there's no destination.
For the longest time, you made music in different parts of the country, and then you went to Nashville. Mm-hmm. Everything's faster in Nashville, right? When it comes to progressing one's career. Is that what you've learned?
Well, I mean, there's definitely a lot of resources here. But everyone's career kind of happens at their own pace. There's people that sit here in this town for 20 years and then finally get a cut on someone's record, or, there's someone that moves here and 6 months later, they got a record deal. Everyone's on their own journey. You can't really compare that. And this record wasn't made in Nashville. Some of it was, and some of it was made in Joshua Tree, California, when we were there. So it's kind of
some of it was made in Los Angeles.
Yeah. So it's kind of a mixture of all these songs that we had.
What do you guys do on a day-to-day basis? Your job is performing music and making music, but I imagine there has to be a balance between, the business side of things, the booking side of things, traveling, actual performing, writing songs, making songs. How do you figure all this out? Is it just what you feel like doing during a given day, or take me through it?
Yeah, we have deadlines.
We plan it out and we on a calendar.
Yeah, we have content calendars. We have to have certain deadlines, like stuff that needs to get filmed to get to our social media, get up on there. And the balance is what, like, that part has been very difficult. Like,
yes.
for me specifically, like, because I handle the booking and so much stuff, like, it's really hard to find time to make music, which is so shitty, and it sucks. It's like, and it can be kind of soul sucking that way if that balance is not right, which it rarely is, to be honest. Right. And there's times I'm like, okay, forget this. I'm going to put myself in a total creative space. I'm going to play guitar from the second I wake up, and then I get nothing done on my to-do list. And people are, it's really tough, man, that balance.
Yeah, I can see it, but I can also see that when you get to the point where someone's doing that for you, you'll just turn into like a music machine, both of you and whoever you touch.
Hopefully. That's the hope,
We realized that, like, with social media, though, like, we've kind of tried to have people do it, and like, it doesn't work. It has to be from us, because social media is us sharing with our listeners. So, like, you can't have someone else doing it because the words aren't right. It's not what we would say. Like, you know what I mean? So we've just, that part has to be us, we've noticed. But as far as like the booking stuff and just the concert organizing, it'll be just a huge load off when someone else is doing that, for sure. You are going to be appearing in your old stomping ground, great state of Michigan, coming up in November. Can you talk about that? We're so excited.
Yeah, coming back to the intersection.
Yeah, and the
first time in Elevation.
Yeah, like Scott at the intersection's been telling us that the Elevation, like the sound in that room, he thinks is better than the upstairs. Okay, and so I'm excited for that. So it's the upstairs was already booked. I think the day we want to do it. It's on Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. The Elevation's the downstairs room, holds, I think, 800 or 900 people. Excellent. Yeah. So is that November 24? Is that right? It is. Okay. We got a great lineup. We're pretty specific of how we like to do these hometown shows. So we got the local commuters, which is Devin, his new band, which they opened for us at Balloon Fest in Wayland. Mm-hmm. We love Devin and love those guys. A new band called the Bootstrap Boys. They're kind of a little bit more of a classic, kind of shit-kicking country band. They seem to have an attitude. I haven't met with them, but they seem if it's what did you say, boot kicking? Boots? They're called the Bootstrap Boys. Well, yeah, if you're going to be called Bootstrap Boys, you better have a little bit of attitude. I mean, come on now. Yeah. And better be ready to kick something. Yeah. And Prior Noon, have you heard of them? Nuh-uh. They're a cool band. They opened for us before at the intersection, and they're really good. Great people, cool. And so that's kind of the most important thing to us. Is we really want to share great music when we come home. Great, West Michigan music with everybody.
Okay, that is awesome. And they're just going to go to sectionlive.com. Is that the best way to get tickets, or do you have a better way?
Yeah, grab tickets, and then we have a VIP thing too, so you can come early. We're gonna do a sound check party where we jam some special songs, kind of feel out the room, and we'll hang with everybody, get pictures. I think you get a free poster. We'll sign that. So it's gonna be cool. So
the VIP experience, that's something we talked about before we actually got started. So you came up with a great idea of how we can get Patreon members of my show to get part of the VIP experience. So if they are on my Patreon and they do buy a ticket or tickets, they will be able to get in on the VIP experience. Isn't that what you said?
I think that my idea was if they purchase tickets and they are a Patreon with you, out of those people, they'll be entered to win.
Gotcha.
We'll maybe give out upgrades.
Okay, let's do that. And I'll give more of the details in written form, and then I'll help you draw the winner and say, hey, these are the ones, and then we'll go from there.
Right. You get a hat together and put the names in there and do a drawing.
Right on. That is great. I look forward to that. Yeah. I know of a handful who are like, okay, that's it, and are probably buying the ticket the second that they hear us talk about this on this show right here.
I love that.
Yeah. Well, hey, what are you guys doing to celebrate Thanksgiving? Is it? Are you on the road? Are you here? Obviously you'll be traveling, getting ready for the Black Friday show. But my God, have you guys ever celebrated? Do you celebrate holidays together?
No, not usually. Mitch usually goes to see his parents, and I go see mine. So not normally. But this one we're playing in Madison, Wisconsin, the night before Thanksgiving, so we'll be driving on Thanksgiving. What's cool is in Madison, Tyler Coburn, our original drummer, is going to get up and play with us for the first time.
Yeah, it's going to be really cool.
First time since 2017.
And that was when Tyler left the band?
Yeah, yes. He left at the end of that year.
Okay, that is absolutely awesome. I'm excited to see that and hear it. I miss him so much. What does he do now? He's like a professional now, isn't he? Well, he was a professional as a drummer, but what is he doing?
He's a FedEx driver.
And he owns a bunch of trucks. He owns 10 trucks.
Oh my God, I miss him so much. Do you remember how hot his mom was or is?
That's hilarious. Well, she'll be at the show too the night before.
She's such a babe. Oh my God. Holy shit. Tyler's hot mom.
Funny because he's been coming to our shows. He comes to all of our shows out in Wisconsin, and he just hangs out all day. And I was like, dude, why don't you get up and play a song? He loved the idea. So it's going to be fun.
Oh, that is so cool. We
haven't figured out what song yet.
Yeah, I would love if are you guys opposed to the idea of somehow for all on stage at the same time playing a song, Dean, Tyler, Phil, and Mitch?
I think that would be awesome.
Yeah.
I think only Eric Zane could make it happen.
Maybe. I'm going to try. I'll do my best.
Pretty cool.
Sounds like it's works.
Anything going on that you want to share while I have you here, story-wise or fun-wise or exciting-wise, or anything at all you want to talk about as we chat, because we always have time.
Yeah, man. No, we appreciate you having us on. We're really excited for this record to come out because, as this journey goes on, I think it's funny. When we started releasing music under the country genre, everyone got all freaked out by it. And I hope they give this record a chance because you're going to hear that it's not country. It's not hard rock. It's somewhere in between. It's a rock and roll record that maybe leans a little country, but I think it's really right now it's exactly who we are and the music we want to make. And
it's really 100% Wayland. I don't think anybody would say anything different if they listened.
This record started when we were in Joshua Tree, California, when we were out there during the pandemic. We built our own studio. And Mitch and I had no rules. We had no producer. We had no one trying to nudge us one way or another for radio or anything like that. It was just a freedom to make music. And I'm glad it's gotten this far where those songs are going to go on a record. And I'm super excited about that. I'm super excited to share that with everybody.
Yeah. I can't wait to hear the single. We'll be talking about it. Make sure everybody is able to find it. Find that single when it hits coming up here. And then the new album on the way.
It's about a girl that Mitch used to date in
Grand Rapids.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me the background.
Well, one day I was actually taking a walk here in the neighborhood, and she sent me a picture, and she said, "Oh, look what I found, this old gem." And it was a picture of the letter that I had written her from the road to break up with her.
And what a jerk.
And
didn't call her.
We didn't talk a lot on the phone either way. And it was like the relationship was at that point where like I was coming into Grand Rapids and we would hang out after shows and stuff. But like, it was like, I was feeling the pressure from her, like, hey man, take it or get off the pot, and I felt like I owed her something. So I wrote her a letter and said that I didn't want to go forward with it. And she kept that, I guess. And she sent me this picture of it, and we started laughing about the letter, and because we're still friends and stuff. And then we started talking about the times that we would spend in Grand Rapids after the shows. And we were reminiscing about all the great times that we had. And we got on the phone and we were talking, and I said something like, "Oh my God, yeah, way back when." And immediately this light bulb kind of came on in my head. Like, I have to go home and write this song. And so I went home, and my first idea for Way Back When was just about, thinking about an old flame that you had and thinking to that place way back when. And so I wrote the idea, which was like a verse and a chorus, and I brought it to Phil, and we brought it into a song right at Apple Studios here in Nashville, and came out with what I think is one of the best songs on the album. It's really cool.
Way Back When.
Way back when. That's right.
Did it kindle any new feelings? Is there anything that's smoldering now?
No.
Will she be at the show?
She knows about it. But she's kind of.
Does she know the song's coming out?
Yes, she does.
Okay.
Yeah, she does, and she loves this song. But I can't say that there was any sparks. We're very different people, and especially after we've grown up.
She came out to our last show in West Michigan.
Yeah, she did.
Still friends.
Yeah, I said that we're still friends. But there's no like sparks or anything like that.
Oh my God.
You never know though.
Well, yeah, she's gonna. I mean, okay, let's say that's me. Let's say you and I had lots of sex, and then you broke up with me, and then you wrote a song about me. I would be going to the show for dick. That's what I would be doing.
Right.
I wouldn't rule that out.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm not saying no. I'm just saying I don't think that that's where this is going to go.
That's funny and fantastic.
She was all gussied up last time she was at a show.
It was gussied
up. All right. Well, as always, I'm excited to have you guys back. I'm excited to hear the music Way Back When and On the Way. Album is on the way. Song is Way Back When. And another adventure with the boys from Wayland.
Yeah, we can't wait to be back in Grand Rapids. It's gonna be fun.
I have hockey game that night, so I'm gonna be late again. I always am fucking late. I'm so sorry. But
you always get there right before we go on stage. It's awesome. I'm
gonna try. Okay. Much love. Thank you, boys.
Thank you, Eric.
Love you, Eric. Thank you for the support, man.
Peace. Talk to you. Bye-bye. All right. That's good. Perfect.
Cool. Great. Seem good?
Yeah. Yep. I'll get that edited up and I'll post it immediately.
Awesome.
Great, man. Thank you.
I guess if you get when you get the link, will you just text it to me? Then we can share it.
Oh, yeah. I'll have that done today.
Okay. Perfect, dude. Awesome.
Okay, man. Great. Thank you.
Really appreciate it, dude. See you later.
Right,
thank you, Eric.
Have a good one. See ya.
Bye.